Hello and welcome to another Train Simulator 2021 video. Back on the Cross City today. It's morning rush hour time with some trains running into Birmingham only 5 minutes apart or even less. And now that's all gone. Full of commuters, I heard it say. Now I'll get those doors open before we do anything. We're on the Class 323 and as I'm sure you remember last time, I didn't give this Class 323 a particularly good review. It wasn't so much a review, I was just a little bit knocked off with it. But yes, this is much more improved. Has it been improved by Dovetail Games, I hear you ask? Well, no it hasn't. Not at time of recording. This has been improved by a spectacular chap on the Alan Thompson Sim website. I have provided a link to that in the description, so if you want to go check that out, feel free. My biggest gripe with the other train was that the tail lights weren't on, but look, the tail lights are on at both ends. That comes as standard. Having a look around the cab. Oh, hang on. We'll get that in forward. Get the tail lights off, and we'll get our headlights on. Oh, hold on, tail lights off. There we go, yeah. Now, yeah, there's a lot of different improvements. And it's just a patch, it's just a free patch, and you can get that via the website. We're doing one of the scenarios, the career scenarios, that comes with this game. So, one of the career scenarios that comes with the add-on, so yeah, you can always check that out. So now, yeah, features. Let's. The sounds have been dramatically improved, dramatically head and shoulders improved. You'll notice the buzzer is fixed. And if we accelerate in notch 1, listen to this. And if we take the power off, the run sounds are better. I mean, this requires you to have the Pendolino pack by Armstrong Powerhouse. It also requires you to have, I think, the 350 enhancement pack, so it uses things from there. But yeah, isn't that so much better than the original Dovetail Games version? I mean, my headphones are actually going a little bit funny, to be honest with you. I'll get it in notch 4, get a bit of the old power on. Yeah, the... what was I just saying then? My headphones going a little bit funny. They're, oh, hang on. Nearly missed that, didn't we? Yeah, they're going a bit funny, so I'm not hearing it as you are hopefully hearing it. I'm really hoping that it's not just recording funny. But yeah, definitely worth doing. Now, other things that are included in this patch, let me have a look. Features. The transformer hum volume now depends on load. That's exciting. The fans now depend on the reverser rather than the power brake controller. Again, spectacular. Bogie and flange sounds, which were missing in the Dovetail Games model. Now, I imagine that the bogie / flange sounds have come off the 350 enhancement pack or the Pendolino pack. Probably the Class 350 enhancement pack. I'd like to also add at this point, I am reading this from the Alan Thompson Sim website. So, yeah, just as what this patch includes. A somewhat semi-realistic motor sound within the limitation of A, the gentleman who's done its skill set, and B, the complex machine that the 323 sounds like. Because obviously, it's no secret, the 323 is a very complex machine. The sounds that is going on there are just, there's so many sounds, isn't there? Like the wooing in such quick succession, it just really is. So as we've already covered, sets the tail lamps on as default front and rear driving cars, so you do not have to do that anymore. That for me is brilliant. You know, that just improves it so much for me. Oh, we're arriving into Sutton Coldfield now. I can't remember, did we cover this in the last video? Nice rubbish in the track there. I can't remember where we got to in the last video, to tell you the truth, before I threw my toys out of the pram. I think we started at Birmingham, didn't we? And we headed up to Duddeston and that way. Yeah. But look, in notch 1 and notch 2, it sounds so much better. Reduced intensity of the head and tail lamp illumination and the recalibration of the direction of the headlights. So yeah, it's not quite as bright as what the Dovetail Games version was. I'm going to get a nice picture. That's just ace on that camber, isn't it? We'll get rid of you. And yeah, you, yes please, have a bit of that. Thank you. What else have we got? Balanced volume of ambient sounds in the cross-city route and remove the Kuju-style track sounds. Yeah, I mean, we're in 2021 now. We can't be doing with the original Kuju track-style sounds. That is probably what I got confused with the Voyager, not the Voyager, the Class 170. As we were up to speed, I was like, can you hear the 170 there? Some of you could, some of you couldn't. So yeah, that's definitely something that's been removed. See, I mean, it's just so much better to drive. It really is just a lot better. I can't begin to tell you how much better it is, other than it's a lot better than the original. Like, to the point where I actually enjoy driving this, which I didn't in the original. Which was why I didn't do a full scenario and the video was considerably shorter. Yes, so new in the update on the 27th of the 3rd, 2021, spool up of converter fans. All sounds jolly exciting, and the emergency brake cuts off the regenerative braking sounds as per real life. Now, obviously I will not be activating the emergency brake on this part because I'm doing a career scenario, so I don't want you know, the losing the points. I don't often drive to points. I don't like driving to points because I think you don't drive to points in real life. You just drive the scenario. You either stop at all the stations on time or you don't. I don't like the kind of, oh, you oversped, have 2 points knocked off you. I just don't like playing it like that. I think it's a bit arcadey. But yeah, balance external train volumes. So obviously it sounds a lot better. Don't know what this is happening in here, but it all sounds good. And high resolution London Midland logo decal with thanks to Chief Jack. And whoever Chief Jack is, we applaud you. That's London Midland City high definition logo there. So yeah, that's all brilliant. And as I say, I will put a link in the pack. I won't. I'll put a link in the description. So that you can go and find that. If you have the Cross City line, it is a must that you go and download this. I'm not even asking you to go and check it out. Have a look in the description and download this free patch now if you drive the Cross City line. You just have to do it. God, there's not much happening at Wild Green, is there? This is like a station on the Manchester Airport line. I'm trying to think, it's like Burnage or... Ooh, have I stopped far enough down there? What he has said is that unfortunately he can't fix the doors opening insanely fast. Unfortunately that's just a thing. Maybe it will be fixed one day, I don't know whether it'll be fixed in a future update, but at this moment in time the door opening and closing speed is sadly ridiculously fast. But he has addressed, look, I can't fix this for the time being. Yeah. Yeah, just reading through, that's essentially it. So, you know, a massive, massive, massive improvement. And again, it begs the question, why couldn't Dovetail Games do this in the first place? And this is what winds me up so much, is that this patch has come out relatively quick. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't doubt the hard work that has gone into creating this patch, but I imagine that it's quite a small fix. I mean, what it has said about the sounds, for instance. Chester Road, we don't need to worry about that yet. Oh, what I mean is we don't need to worry about stopping at a signal between now and Chester Road. Yeah, so if we flick back up to the sounds, where are we now? I have reconfigured the initial UFO-style Space Invader sounds, i.e. the woos, to be loops rather than one-shots, so they don't cut out. Now, why couldn't Dovetail Games have done that? I'm sure that the Dovetail Games sound department has a vague knowledge of how sound works. As much as it may suggest that they don't from some of the add-ons that they release, they must have a slight inclination as to how the sounds work. And I just don't understand why it couldn't be done from the start off. I always try and remain open-minded when trying new products, because I think, hey, they might really surprise us here. Yet to happen, really. Massively. I mean, to be fair, some of the Train Sim World 2 stuff is quite good. I did enjoy the Southeastern High Speed. I did enjoy that. But, I always try and approach these things with an open mind, but it's just too often with Dovetail games that time and time again, you're let down, you're disappointed. I mean, I paid for this add-on just like the next person paid for it. I didn't receive it free. And I'd like you to be aware that if I had have received it free, my kind of take on it would still be equally as disappointed. I'm not endorsed by any sort of company, and I'll always give an honest opinion / review. I don't tend to do reviews now. I just tend to it's not a formal review. I'll just sit driving it and whinging at the same time. I mean, listen to how... I know the sounds aren't perfect, but there's so much more of an improvement. I don't believe he's added any extra cab functionality from what I've seen. So, that's still got a little bit to go. It's not the same functionality we get in an Armstrong Powerhouse pack. And of course, that's why you're not paying for it. That's why it's a free patch. But definitely worth having. And it will fill the gap until AP. I've just realised we're going to miss the station. Slam on! Quick! Oh heck. 50-40. Oh dearie me, this is not good. We can stop in notch 3. Come on! Oh dearie me. There we go. I didn't want to put it in emergency, but you've heard that the traction motor sounds have cut out there. And as far as I'm concerned, we're still on the platform. That's I mean, the driver's cab's not, but the driver doesn't need to be on the platform, does he? Why am I talking in the third person? I don't need to be on the platform here. If I have a problem, I'll ring my conductor, because that's what they're for. I can't believe I nearly missed Erdington. Where are we actually stopping anyway? Duddeston and Birmingham New Street. Oh, sensational. Right, so... I just realised I won't get a buzz because I'm off the platform. We certainly feel a little bit slower now than what we did before in notch 4. Are we still getting over the... Are we still getting over the fact I've just put you in an emergency? Never mind. Nay bother. What was the signal? I'm sure it was green, but we'll... We really do seem to be accelerating quite slowly, don't we? Are we running on a reduced power there? I don't know why. We're not going particularly uphill. We just seem to be slower. Maybe it didn't like being put into emergency. Is there any sort of bump that, anything to read that if you do put it into emergency the train kicks off? It's like, no, I shall not drive any further. I'll cross at you. Are we fighting with brakes? Have we still got some brake on? Is that what's happening here? Is that why we're? Because you see, if I go like into idle, we brake at quite a rate. even though we're going downhill. That's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird, I'm not going to lie. Maybe I have to do something on the 323 to kind of rectify when you put the brake on. It's even power notch 1. Power notch 2, we're losing speed. I like that view of it snaking round. There we go, we'll get a bit of, yeah, single yellow, so we're going to start slowing down. I think I did this scenario when I first did a review, not a review, a first look of the Class 323 in the Cross City line, and I spadded at this signal. Yeah, not good, and I'd actually probably been more scathing. And then I watched it back and was like, yeah, maybe you should tone it down a little bit here. You know, try and give some positives. I know they're few and far between, but you know, try and be a little bit more positive. I mean, the model, I still think the model's ace. You look at that, you know what it's meant to be, don't you? You know, and that's always good. So yeah, we're going Duddeston, Birmingham New Street, and then 4 Oaks. I think is it empty coach and stock down to 4 Oaks? Do we go back? Is that what that is? Awesome. Yeah, so I don't get what we've done here since I put it in. Since I put it in emergency, but I'd seem to have broken the train. I don't know. Am I allowed to even put it in emergency? There must be a way to get the brake off. Oh, hang on. So this isn't Duddeston. No, it's in 1.3 miles. So normally when we're on an express service, and I mean Deansgate's one of them in Manchester. It's like a really popular spot for it to happen. Deansgate is a massive one. Oh, this could confuse the traction motors here. But yeah, coming up to a red signal, you don't want to stop in the platform because people might try and board your train. So a lot of the drivers crawl through at like 2 or 3 miles an hour, just so you're like, we're not stopped. No, don't try and get on. We're not stopped. Right, 30 miles an hour. Are you sure about that? I don't know if I trust you, because you said 20 just there. Ah, the points might not have been set. That might be why you were giving me 20. Yeah, see, it's like it's trying to brake, isn't it? Maybe I need to put it back into emergency and kind of coax it out of emergency. Or maybe it's just a bug. I don't know. It's yeah, it's a little bit weird, but I've never experienced this on a train before. Maybe I'm sure it's something I'm doing wrong. It usually is something I'm doing wrong, to tell you the honest truth, isn't it? I mean, those of you that have been here before, you know exactly what the score is. Joe drives a train from A to B and cocks up multiple times en route. That's usually what happens. We'll just start braking. Oh, hang on, it's there. We'll start braking a little bit more because I can see the red signal now. We want to be doing a lot less than the speed we're doing, and we'll just let it coast. Seeing as, I mean, that is obviously not on zero, is it? There is pressure there from, you know, it's a bit jumpy, isn't it? A bit jumpy. Maybe that's because I've gone from 0 to full power. Just like that. I'm sure it's slower. Is this slower than it was earlier? It feels a bit more sluggish than it was earlier, and that confuses / concerns me. You know, a lot. Yeah. Oh well. Right, Duddeston. Dudderston. Let's focus on stopping here correctly. Yeah, well, seeing as there's probably a red signal, there's not a red signal at the end of the platform. That is quite pleasing, because there's obviously our lovely friend, the banner repeater there. I'm loving the detail on the platform from like the off indicator at Dudderston. I don't for one second doubt that there is an off indicator there. I believe there probably is, because obviously when the guard is stood on the platform, they will not be able to see the signal, because obviously the train is in the way. A little bit further, that'll do. Yeah, you see, now it's stopped. That's weird. Let's put it into emergency. Okay, now brake 3. Brake 2. Why is brake 3 the same as emergency? Yeah, I think I've broken the train. Because brake 1... Off is where... Ah, there we go. Off. Right, I think I've fixed it now from putting it into emergency. We've been driving with a dragging brake, which is why we're a little bit behind schedule. I think we are anyway. Let's go for full power. You see, this is more like it. Yes, we're up to speed now. Well, we're not up to speed, but we're accelerating quicker, because obviously we've not got one... We're not trying to go against one bar of pressure. Is it a bar? I think it's a bar. We're not going against one of whatever they are in pressure. So that's much better. Hooray, we feel like we're up to speed now. So if that little exercise proves anything, it's do not put a 323 into emergency, or you'll be going slow for the rest of your shift. So after this, the next stop is Birmingham New Street. Excellent, excellent. Soaring over suburbia Birmingham. Cityscape. Very nice. Oh, is that the West Coast main line that we're going over there? I would go as far as to say it was. Going hell, it's an up and over, isn't it? Quite a steep one. Bit of 20-mile-an-hour action from round the corner. I am actually going to look at making some of my own scenarios for this, on the basis of I'd like to be coming down into Birmingham like here and have a Pendolino go past, you know, an Avanti Pendolino, or a cross-country Voyager, for instance. You know, it would be nice to have a bit more traffic around Birmingham that's not just 350s and 323s. There we go, we're on yeah, double yellows. Double yellows. And how come we're down on this side? Is that because we're reversing in Birmingham? Should we, yeah, we'll go full whack and then we can slam on again. Just to keep on time as much as possible. You see, quick with the old AWS there. Oh, are we? Yes, just below 20 there. A little bit worried. Like, oh, gonna lose points in a second. There was, yeah, coming into Birmingham, very, very impressive station. I don't know if they've used the same model from the West Coast main line, London to Birmingham. I imagine it would make sense for them to do so. I've not really scrutinised the West Coast main line south in too much detail. But at least now, while you're idling into Birmingham, you don't just get those random traction motor sounds, which you did before. You just get this nice gentle idling sound, which is much more improved as far as I'm concerned. Oh, hang on, there's a train on our platform, 350. Is he going, or is, well, he's hopefully not coming in our way, because you see, in typical, why have none of these trains got tail lights on? Not happy with that, thank you. Do you reckon we can couple to the 350? I don't reckon we can, you know. I bet that red signal is that one there. It's good that we've got a bit of permissive platform working going on, though. I'm a big fan of that indeed. That 350 needs tail lights on, though. I should really have replaced it all with the 350 from the Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack. So there we are. I'm not going to bore you with the empty stock working. That's as far as we're going in this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. What do you think of the improved 323? Will you be downloading it? Has it convinced you to finally to invest your money on the Cross City line? If, like I say, the link is in the description. Let me know what you thought. If you did like the video, click that like button because it helps the video get more views and it makes for a very happy Joe. And of course, subscribe so you never miss out on any of your favourite Train Simulator action. Until next time, cheerio and goodbye for now.